Are we ready?
Yes.
Question number one. If you had the opportunity to be immortal, would you take it?
To be immortal?
To be immortal.
I feel like the whole point of life is that you don't have that long to live.
Ooh. Okay, elaborate.
Well, because I mean, like that's why everything that you do in your life is so meaningful, is because you really don't have that much time here. So I feel like if you're immortal, then what the fuck would you do? You could probably do everything.
You could do everything.
You would literally have enough time to do every job you've ever wanted.
Yes.
Okay, I'm stuck on this one. Can you answer?
Okay, so I would because so if you got to be immortal, let's go with like your family doesn't get to be immortal. It's just you. So I would say no.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
say pass.
I
Because
would
I
say
feel
hard
like
pass.
there so to be a being that stays alive for that long, you have to like worry yourself with like things other than human life. You know what I'm saying? Like you would have to focus on things bigger than human life because human
Yeah.
life would come and go so fast.
Yes.
So I
So
watched this show called Invincible. It's on Amazon Prime, and like it's like a cartoony, like adult cartoon show, and
uh-huh.
basically it's like superhero wise. And the main character's dad is like he's like a Superman type. So he's immortal. He is strong. He can fly. He has supervision,
Yeah.
and he is immortal and is married to a woman who is a human
Oh,
and they
okay,
had a
good.
kid. And basically, in one of the episodes, spoiler alert, if you watch it and you haven't seen it, in one of the episodes, he says, "You're just a pet to me," because she doesn't have the capability of living as long as he does.
I would say goodbye, immortal man. Fuck you.
He's actually. It's hard when they're evil and they have all the powers in the world. It's a little
Is
hard
this
to
an evil person? Because he sounds like an evil person.
in the way we would think about it. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
But
Next
that's what it. I mean, but to be immortal, that's what happens. People
Yeah.
come and go so fast that, like,
You literally wouldn't be able to be attached to them
exactly.
unless you were going at it from a very, very advanced and well-fed perspective. And when I say well-fed, I mean like if you literally spend your life learning, like constantly, consistently learning, like how do you know? Okay, so like Buddhists,
Yeah.
like how they everything has a meaning, everything has a purpose, everything is like you know what I mean? Like it's very
Everything's like one. I get what you're saying. Like you have to think about the bigger picture. Like you
yeah,
have a good
yeah.
understanding of like the bigger picture and
So, I mean, it would be very hard to go throughout your life with kindness in your heart when everybody around you is dying. But at the same
well,
time, that's literally what, I mean, if you think about it,
we have
Buddhists are some of the
dogs.
most kind people in the entire world, and they've seen so much suffering.
And that's true too. Yeah.
Mm, mm.
But we do, like, as humans, we have pets that do not live as long as we do. So we're
That,
immortal to them, kind of.
ugh,
Isn't
yeah,
that weird? That's such a weird,
yeah,
that's a weird pocket. All right,
weird.
we're going to move on to the next one.
How
That's
did
a
we
weird
get so
pocket.
depressing in the
Bonanza.
Bonanza?
Okay. Number 2. What is your go-to guilty pleasure? I was hoping this one would get picked.
Go to guilty pleasure?
Yes. And it better be guilty. Honestly.
Honestly,
Yes.
my freaking guilty pleasure is locking myself in my room and binge watching TV shows or a movie and nobody talking to me.
Alex said it checks out.
I want to go.
Okay, Alex is going on this. Speaking to the mic.
My guilty pleasure is Naked and Afraid XL.
Okay, listen. We just started watching Naked and Afraid, and Antonio and I are obsessed with it.
I've watched every single season, every single episode. Obsessed.
Do you ever catch yourself like yelling at them, like, you know, you need to make sandals before you start moving? Protect your feet.
Oh, fuck.
No, I do not do
That's
that.
not true. That's not true. So there's this guy named Gary on Naked and Afraid. He's been
Gary.
on multiple seasons, and this dude eats dumb stuff on purpose and gets himself sick and kicked off of every season. So this season they're in the Everglades in Florida, or was it Louisiana? It was Louisiana, and this fool, they kill an alligator. And a big alligator too, and then they eat all they dry the meat so they have jerky.
Let me tell.
And Alex is gonna tell the rest.
He gets like some parasitic infection and they can't figure out why. He's talking to the paramedic and he's like, yeah, I ate the alligator's liver. And oh yeah, I put the alligator's eyeballs on my eyes and pretended that they were my eyeballs. You think that had something to do with it?
This is a survivalist. And he was like, oh, I'm an alligator now. Oh, I'm an alligator now. And I was just like, what is wrong with this guy?
You know what that tells me? You are a serial killer. If you are holding an animal's eyeballs onto your bare eye, if you were dogging somebody else, looking for eyeballs.
He was trying to entertain people, so he thought it was funny. And,
no.
And
that's
so
not funny.
I think last season he found a like porcupine or something, and it was already dead. And he decided it was an elk. It was a rotting elk, and he decided to eat a rotting elk and got a stomach bug and got kicked out of that season too.
Gary should be canceled.
Gary, every time he's like, I just want to be the manliest survivalist ever. And I'm like, manly survivors would not do that. You do everything you're not supposed to do.
Gary, this is called natural selection. How many episodes have you been kicked off of? How many episodes? Are you drinking out of a coconut jar?
What? Reuse, recycle.
I love it.
It's coconut oil.
I was like, are you drinking coconut oil?
That's funny.
I was upset.
You said this episode's chaotic? It's supposed to be chaotic.
I love it.
This happens when you put Jessa and I free with random questions. My guilty pleasure is definitely probably TV also. I used to love me some, and what? Oh, Alex says it has to be anime.
Anime? You like anime?
Yeah.
I used to watch, that was literally all I watched in elementary school and middle school, and I wondered why I was a weird child.
You would only watch anime?
Literally, I was obsessed with it.
Which anime would you watch? This is the real question.
Bro, Death Note.
I did not.
I read all the fucking books. I was obsessed with it.
Were you trying to murder somebody?
Maybe. I don't know.
Checks out.
Checks out.
We have just discovered that Cam is a weeb.
Is that the word?
What's a weeb? What's a weeb?
Okay, it says a weebo. Oh, a weeb is a non-Japanese male who watches and is a fan of anime.
Oh, that would be my brother. My brother's always been obsessed with anime, so he's a weeb. We should make a shirt that says, "What's a weeb?" We
should make sure this is "What's a weeb." That'd be great. Great merch opportunity.
Nobody steal it. Next.
But yeah, I watch anime. I actually stayed up last night watching anime. My Hero Academia is my stuff right now. I have the manga on my phone so I could read the comics. So yeah, that's me. But I'm only really into the mainstream ones. I haven't really ventured outside of that. So really it's just Naruto, and then My Hero Academia is really all that I've ever consumed. Naruto has so many episodes. So
all four of my brothers would run like Naruto.
Loved it. Oh, they run like Naruto?
They would run like him. Run and then yell his name while they were doing it. And I was like, I fucking hate all of you.
That's so funny.
If you have not seen Naruto run, you guys just Google it.
A solid Naruto. So my college used to have LARPing. Have you ever?
LARPing? Yeah.
Yeah. So I went to a nerd college, and that's where I picked up my love for anime. At
What
my
nerd college did you go to?
We're not shouting them out. They don't deserve it.
Okay, that's fine.
But on Wednesdays they would have like LARPing on the lawn, and you would see these kids build swords and shields,
Yeah,
beating the crap out of each other
bro.
on a Wednesday afternoon. Like, it was so much. I had a Wednesday
Yeah.
art class, and I would just watch them before I, like, on my way to class. I'm like, these
Yes.
kids are having the time of their lives. Like,
Have you seen like a Renaissance festival?
I have a
Those are pretty nuts. Like people go all out for that shit. They like make their costumes and it's like
Yeah.
real metal and like all that shit. Like my brother, my oldest brother, if that makes sense. He's the second oldest. He can make anything. Like he's made knives, he's made like the leather covers that go over them. Like he can do like carving, he can do welding, like all this crazy shit. I'm like,
on purpose? Like, why? Like,
yeah, like I'm like, why aren't you making a business out of this shit? He can do everything.
you might just think it's fun though.
Dude,
like-
this guy has made incredible logos using paint.
Paint, like Microsoft Paint.
Like fucking Microsoft Paint.
Yeah, I've seen people do that. A lot
I'm
of
like,
I found a lot of designers who talk about, like, because someone had posted, what was your first logo making technology? And a lot of people said MS Paint
yes.
or Photoshop.
Yes.
That was like their first attempts at it.
Uh-huh.
So
I used to make my logos in Photoshop all the time.
Yeah. Stop doing that.
Hey,
Stop
there's
doing it.
a couple of things you can't do in Illustrator though.
Yes, stop doing
It's fun.
Start
I
in
can
Illustrator.
Photoshop you a third eye though.
Well,
That'll be, hey, I'm gonna make you that person in the back. You're gonna have a third eye. That'll be your new logo.
dork.
Weeb.
So
Next
other than anime, because anime wasn't my answer, that was Alex's answer for me.
Oh,
But
okay.
I used to watch, like, I love trashy TV. So we watched like 90 Day Fiance. Back in the day when Teen Mom was hot, I would watch all the Teen Mom seasons. Watch Married at First Sight.
I can't do it.
TV. I love it. I know it's fake. Like, you know it's fake. It's just funny to me because I'm like, these storylines are not real. Like, there's no way.
That's so funny. I know a lot of people who like to do that, and they can. I mean, it's like comedic relief.
Yes.
But like, I would rather watch a comedian. Like, I love comedians. Yeah. I love watching stand up. Tony and I will binge watch comedians and cooking shows.
Comedians cooking.
Yes. Like, there's a guy on YouTube, the cooking guy, I think his name is.
Yeah.
His logo is his face.
Sam,
the cooking guy. Yeah. We're obsessed with him. Literally, it pops up. He's so good, and he's so fucking funny. Like, him and his sons argue with each other.
I love him. There's this guy named Joshua Weissman. On YouTube. He's huge too, and he does this thing called But Better. He has like different shows, and he'll go and like get Arby's fries, but he does them but better and makes his version of that.
Oh, that's freaking cool. Yeah, Sam started doing that. He did like the chicken sandwich, and you know that one pan breakfast sandwich, which that sounds good. I want to make that now. The one pan breakfast sandwich.
That's so funny.
Yeah, no, that's freaking cool. Okay.
All right. If we were talking about what we consume, like TV shows, we'd be here all day because
but for real,
love me some TV. Okay, next question. I think this one's on me. What's your best scar story?
You already know mine. Go.
Like the best scar a scar you have. Oh, this one is funny. Not really. It's really stupid though too. So me and my brother, do you remember those things? They were like, were they Bowflexes? I think they were Bowflexes. Me and you used to go like, no, it wasn't Bowflex, but it was the one that had the arms and you go like this and like this, and then act like you're working out your abs or whatever. Yeah. My dad buys all these. Like, my dad is a sucker for all of it. So we had one in our basement. Yeah, we had one in our basement, and it had basically it had this metal arm thing. You put your arms up here, and it had a big spring down the back of it. So me and my brother took the arms off, and we were jumping on the spring. So we'd bend it over and like let it push us over, kind of thing. One time, my brother pulled it back and didn't tell me, slapped me right in the eye, like slapped me right here. So my head starts ringing, and I'm like, oh my God, like what is happening? Of course, you don't see the blood, so you don't know anything's happening. I just had an instant headache. So
Yeah.
oh, my head. I go into like our downstairs bathroom, and I look in the mirror, and my face is just gushing with blood. That spring, I'm telling you, that spring could probably hold 150, 200 pounds. Like
Holy
it
crap.
was a strong
And
spring.
it hit you in the face.
It hit me in the face. And I have like a scar right here from getting hit in the face with that spring. It was bad. It was bad. So we went to the hospital and then had to get, I think I got like 8 stitches right there. Had to wear a Band-Aid on my face. And everybody kept asking me why I was wearing a Band-Aid on my face. Obviously, I was injured. I'm not trying to be Nelly out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, why? I'm not trying to set trends. Why would I be wearing a Band-Aid on my face? Maybe I'm injured.
So I had
left eye. That's funny.
I had a sister moved when I was really young. Like this isn't my story, but I literally had a Band-Aid right across my face because it was like a major facial surgery, like almost like a plastic surgery. And everybody kept calling me fucking Nelly because it was literally that little white tiny bandage, and I was like, but no. So my story, what I was telling you guys earlier, I was literally we used to play like dark tag and like neighborhood tag. Yep. Like we had this big circle neighborhood. So like it was literally like down the street and around, and then there were 2 streets in the middle, and you could literally run across all over the place, and you would be on like one or other side of the neighborhood. So there'd be like 10 or 11 kids all playing at the same time, just like going nuts in the dark. And one time I was trying to run, and I tried to hop over a fence because I was like, I'm a badass. I can hop over this fence. And then the fence hooked into my pants and ripped my pants, ripped my back open. Like fucking I'm hanging by my pants.
Look like a scarecrow.
I'm like, help! I had the worst wedgie. And my pants ripped.
Was this a regulation size fence, or was it a taller fence?
It was like a normal fence. Like it wasn't like an 8-foot fence. It was like enough for I don't know how old I was. I think I was in middle school, so I was maybe like so 11 or 12, and I just freaking hopped over it and then hooked my back and my pants. So
where's Jessa? Oh, she's over there scarecrowing. You know, trendsetter Jessa.
Help! Yeah, that was me.
That's so funny.
Oh my gosh.
You remember that show Scarred? This is the most random episode. There was a show on MTV called Scarred.
How do you know you have ADHD? What?
There was a show on MTV called Scarred.
That sounds familiar.
They would basically show people getting injured and breaking bones. It'd be like skateboarders, like bikers.
Yeah.
It was the most disgusting show to me. It was so crazy that they were even allowed to put that on TV.
Mm-hmm.
Like
that was that before Ridiculousness came out?
I think it was before. Maybe Rob Dyrdek only had like one show at that point. Yeah. That man is he like owns MTV. Him and Nick Cannon.
Good for him.
God. All right. Are we ready for the next question? I think this one's on you, Jessa.
Yeah.
I think we have like, what do you think? Like 3 more? All right, cool.
Probably. Yeah. Okay.
All right. I hate when it gives me like the next question. Stop doing that. All right, let's see. Okay. This question is, what's your most prized possession and why?
What's my most prized possession? The heck?
And it has to be a thing. It can't be like a person.
My most prized possession. I would say my journal.
Ooh.
I would say my journal, because whenever I'm like learning new things or I need to talk about shit or anything, I write it down. And I told Tony literally last night, I said, if something happens to me, I want you to give Sophie my journal. Like, seriously.
Oh,
Well, because it's got like I wish that I would have known how to work through like really hard things in my life instead of having to figure it out on my own. And so I feel like if she has that journal, it would literally show and like talk about like everything that I went through and the ways that I got through it and like how I kept myself healthy and things like that. So I want her to have that.
dang, that's cute. I didn't expect that. I thought you were gonna be like, this shoe I found.
I was gonna say my tattoos, but you said no persons, so.
I mean, I guess I don't know how that works.
It's on my body. That doesn't count. It has to be a thing. Make it a thing.
Okay, make it a thing. Okay,
Yeah.
so mine, I don't know. This is kind of dorky too, but it would have to be these design books behind me. Not gonna lie.
That's fair.
Like I find so much joy in like
Yeah.
getting to like deal in it, like getting to see it, and like if anyone's ever gone through like the photos on my phone, 97% of them are just screenshots of design. Like that's how into it I am. So
that's awesome though.
Yeah, I love that I'm collecting something that like I'm really into.
Yeah.
Behind that, I don't know. This room has a lot of stuff that I really prize. So like I've been hanging my hats on the wall, like the stuff we've been collecting, like artwork, and then we're collecting vinyls too. So like we have vinyls in here too. So it'd probably be this room.
Yeah, that room. My artwork too. I didn't even think about that. I have artwork from all parts of my life, from friends, from family, from everything. Like I have artwork collected all over the place. I didn't even think about that. I have so much artwork, I can't even display all of it. I need a bigger house.
We all do. We all do. All right.
That was a good one.
That was a good one. This is all over the place. I feel like this is perfect for my brain. Like this is my brain 97% of the time.
That's what I said earlier. I said, how do you know you have, or tell me you have ADHD?
This episode.
That's it right there. This episode. Ooh, shiny.
All right. Next question.
Okay, counter, because I think I've been letting it loose.
Okay. What song always gets you on the dance floor?
Oh man. Okay, listen, that's not a fair question to ask because I shoot weddings for a living.
It is a fair question to ask.
To the right, to the right.
You like the cha-cha slide? Or is that Cupid's Shuffle?
Cupid's Shuffle. Now kick, now kick.
Is that's your jam? And you probably get to do it every weekend during.
I do.
Every
I'm
weekend.
Just
Cupid Shuffle.
Yes, Emma and I have 10 more weddings for the rest of the year, so I will send you videos from every single one.
You should, because we should compile them and be like Jessa at every wedding.
Make it a TikTok.
That's so funny. That's actually great content.
Okay, I'm gonna tell Emma. She's gonna be like, no, please. Okay, what's yours?
I would have to say in my there was a time when me and Alex weren't dating. We were broken up, and I was getting drunk every weekend.
Sounds like you and Antonio would be great friends.
Yeah, I was sad, so that's kind of how that went. But we used to go to, when I lived in South Bend, Indiana, we used to go to like all the Notre Dame bars, and they would play Trap Queen all the time. Trap Queen was my stuff. Fetty Wap has an unbelievable album that no one cared about. Fetty Wap was the songs to my 2000. What was that?
My seat is lowering all on its own. I'm getting shorter, and I don't know what's happening.
No hands. This is the greatest episode ever.
Everybody's gonna be like, I'm done with this entire episode.
Let me see.
Okay.
There was one that
Okay.
This will be the final question.
All right.
Everybody go and listen to that Fetty Wap album, the first one.
Good gravy.
You guys will love it. 1748. Yeah. All right.